Alto is back on the first deck he's ever uploaded a video on, the blue Buggy. With the starter decks on the horizon, maybe it's finally time for the clown to shine. If you're a clown like Alto, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to Card Conbini.
Alright y'all, we are back at it, but this time we are on the Buggy, and with the rise of red decks coming into the meta, Buggy is actually a viable choice finally. So with that being said, there is also a new starter deck that is planning to come out later this year that should give him some good buffs. So I think it is worth spending some time getting familiar with the deck, learning how to play it, understanding the different lines, and possibly, who knows, in the future this deck might be meta. And I honestly think that the leader ability is really strong. So if you guys aren't super familiar, you may rest 5 Dawn and discard 1 card from hand, and then you could play a cross-guild character at any point. So even if you're giving up 5 Dawn and a card from hand, you could play something like a 10 cost Buggy or a 7 cost Crocodile. But the reason why this deck has become really strong recently is because of this promo Buggy that came out with the release of OP10. I think it was one of the participation packs, and it was also one of the winner packs. If you guys aren't super familiar, 3 or 4 cost characters can't attack as long as this card is on the field. And not just that, but on play you also get a 6 cost or lower that you can play out, and a lot of times you're going to be wanting to play out like a Dracula Mihawk, or any of your other cards such as like the Mr. 1, the cross guild variation, or this Crocodile. So with that being said, this Crocodile isn't released yet here in the US. So one of the things that you can do is substitute it for Alvida, which is one of the cards that's currently out. Pretty strong on KO. You can play a 5 cost or lower other than Alvida as long as they're cross guild. Another option is the Dracula Mihawk, and again, this one isn't out either because it is a promo card. Just something to keep in mind. Another thing that you can possibly play are these Richies. So the Richies work in tandem with the emoji, which allows you to search for these Richies on play. But since this is a 2K, a lot of times we won't be playing this card. It is just more so a searchable 2K. But yeah, so just generally the game plan is that we want to go ahead and go first, which allows us to use our leader ability as quickly as possible. The reason why we want to go first is like on our 5 Dawn turn, usually what we want to do is play out a combo in terms of like a Crocodile plus one of the Das Bones variations, or we want to go ahead and play our Buggy into our 6-drop Mihawk, which allows us to kind of keep hand kind of full. So one of the things that also kind of plays into that, or I guess 2 of the things that kind of play into that, is this Marguerite and then also this level of beam. So a lot of times we end up having to go low on hand size because 1, we're using our leader ability and pitching, and then 2, we're countering out pretty aggressively early on. So this Marguerite helps 1 with blocking with the early swings, and then also with the on play we get to draw a card. Similarly for the level of beam, we use it as counter, and then if we have 3 or less we get to draw a card, which is obviously very nice for a deck that goes low on hand size. But yeah, this is what I'm currently running. The deck is really strong into red, and I think into some matchups it is relatively winnable. Maybe not across like the top meta, and especially for decks like Blackbeard, it could get a little shicey. But a little side note and kind of like a cool tech for Blackbeard is if they use their on play and we use our leader ability, or if they use their leader ability on our turn, we're able to use our leader ability and bust out a Buggy without having it to return back to hand. So kind of fun. On our 5 Dawn turn we get a 10 cost 12k out on turn, and there are no repercussions. So it's definitely something that is viable and like super nice. But with that being said, a lot of the higher end decks such as like blue purple Luffy or even the green purple Luffy tend to get kind of rough for this deck. But yeah, just a really fun deck. something to play around with, and I think worth investing time into. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the matches.
戦場道家のバギー
なんだこれ
Alright, we are going against a Belo Betty here. We'll go ahead and mulligan here. Okay, let's go ahead and play out our searcher. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a croc. We'll go ahead and enter in there. So we don't have anything necessarily for our 3 Dawn turn, which is fine. We'll go ahead and attack in. We'll enter in there. Alright, they play out the Ivankov. They're going to bump up here. We can counter out a 1. And we'll resolve that one. So, our game plan here is we'll go ahead and trash 1. We'll do this.
That's nasty.
Get rid of you. And then we'll go ahead and attack in 5. Yeah, so with Rush being so prevalent, I think that Buggy's going to be pretty good. They won't be able to attack with any of the 2 characters that they do have, so we'll go ahead and enter in there. Okay, they bust out the Ivankov. Second Ivankov. Alright. These characters won't be able to attack. I'm not sure if they're like super aware of that. But they're going to be swinging in here. Alright, there it is. The GG and disconnect. A classic. Alright, on to the next. Alright, we are going against Zoro here, which is another one of the terrors that are coming out in the new meta. So people are really leaning into a lot of the rush decks because Blackbeard's become pretty prevalent. So alright, go ahead and enter in here. Okay, they're gonna swing a 5. We should counter out of this. Alright, so pretty unlucky. We haven't seen our Buggy yet, so we're just gonna have to attack in here. Kind of clean up board a little bit. We'll end turn. We're gonna want to counter out of as many of these as possible. Do this. Probably gonna eat 2 here. Alright. Let's go ahead and deploy here. Trash 1. We'll attack 5 here. They're probably gonna defend. Alright, we'll end turn. Let's see. They're gonna swing 6, we'll counter. No blocker. Let's see. Swing 7, no blocker, resolve. Use sugar. Swing the 8. No blocker, resolve. And then we're gonna block here in 2 and 1. All right. So let's see. First, we're gonna play out this. We'll probably get rid of one buggy here.
That's
Play out
nasty.
our other buggy. We'll do this. Then we could go ahead and swing 7 here. All right, they say we'll enter. We might have gotten our buggy a little too late. That's fine. No blockers, we can resolve it. And we will go no blocker resolve. Okay, so first, we'll do this. 1 card to trash. We will trash our big buggy. Play out this buggy. And then we will do something similar again. I think we're okay to trash this. Play out 1 card to trash here. This won't be helpful. We'll go ahead and attack 5. We'll go ahead and attack another 5 or 7. And we'll end turn there. Swing the 15, we'll block it. All right. Trash 1 card. Actually, I think it's okay to just do this. We'll go ahead and swing deep here. We want to leave 2. So we could swing 7 and 8 and 9. Yeah. Get in turn there. Luffy. 10. We'll block it. Okay, let's play this out first. We'll grab this. trash one. One card to trash here. We'll trash the Dallas Bones. Okay. We'll attack 7. Another 7. And we'll end turn. We will block. All right. Let's see, 4, 11. We'll block, give 2, and then we'll do 1, 2. And there it is. Yeah, so they didn't have too much counter in hand, which is probably why they quit there, but let's see, it would be a 9, a 9. So 9 block. Or counter. They wouldn't have enough counter to get out of the 9, so they would have to take the hit and then we would stack on Buggy. So pretty good. Yeah, love to see it. GG's. Alright, we're going against another Zoro here. Let's go ahead and mulligan. Okay, we got our Buggy, but with that being said, we don't really have too much going on early. Okay, they play out the chopper into another chopper. I'm assuming they just swing 5 here. I'm gonna want to counter out of this one. Oh no. Oh, they swung 6. God damn. We can swing 6 into here. Deploy. And we'll go ahead and end turn. I definitely fucked up there, but it's okay. Six. Let's go ahead and counter out of that one. Oh, the chopper army. We'll go no blocker. And then we're gonna want to do this. Another Zoro. I'm gonna resolve that one. Alright. So trash 1. We're most likely gonna do this. We can
That's
Buggy.
nasty.
Select 1 card to trash here. We can get rid of one of our searchers. We'll get rid of this one. We'll go ahead and attack 5. Deploy here. We'll grab another 2K. Actually, we'll do this. And then we'll end turn there. Okay, they play out the Nami. They grab themselves a Tony Chopper. It's fine. Let's resolve that one. Okay, so we'll trash one card. We'll most likely should we get rid of this or implement a blocker? I think a blocker would be good. We'll get rid of one of these guys. We'll get rid of you. We'll do this. Pretty good. One card to trash here. We'll trash you. We'll attack 5. They take. We'll deploy here. We'll end turn. Yeah, I think it might be important to get rid of this Nami, so. We got a decent amount of 2Ks, so I'm not like super worried. I'll do this. And a 10. We'll go no blocker resolve. Alright. So, first I think we go ahead and attack in here. Let's see if they save. I don't think they will, but I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, we'll trash one Buggy for, and then we will choose the Nami. We can then, I think we'll do one more time. We'll trash here and play out our Buggy. And then we can return you since you don't do anything. We'll go ahead and attack. Alright, we'll end turn there. Let's see, is he just gonna swing all in? Because he needs 5. If he's gonna play the Luffy, which we do have enough counter for. We can get out. They leave one up. Okay, it's pretty good. So let's go ahead and attack 7. They take. We'll do a 9. Okay. $11. $12. Brings them down to 0. Alright, we got an end turn there. Let's see. This one is coming down to the wire. If they don't address board, like they have to go for game here. There's just no way around it. $7. And then we resolve here. Yeah, there it is. All right, so they did have a decay. Honestly, they should have done something like this. I guess, yeah, if they played out the Makino and then busted, like bumped up their Luffy, it would have been unstoppable. It would have gone through, play this, get one card, but then we would be able to stop this one. But yeah, relatively good. GG's. All right, we are going against a chopper here. This is a pretty okay. Oh, the small gun. Okay, we got some searchers here. We got some counter bait if we need it. Let's see. Oh no. Oh my gosh, they're here. They're back. All right, let's go. We'll deploy here. We will grab ourselves. Yeah, that's fine. One turn. All right, we will attack 5. Okay, they get a baby chopper out. Deploy here and we'll end turn. Alright, we really need to find our buggy. We'll resolve it. Okay, so I think it's still worthwhile to search for our buggy. Alright, we got him. We'll attack 6. We'll go ahead and deploy here. We'll end turn. Alright, they play the law. Go for another buggy. We'll 2k out of this one. And then the chopper onslaught. Okay, so we're gonna have to trash 1 here. We'll trash trash 1 here. We'll go ahead and play on our buggy. We will play out Croc. Nothing to choose here. And then we'll swing over 7. Go ahead and end turn there. Okay. Yikes. They didn't see. They didn't know. Let's go, Buggy. We'll go first here. We'll go ahead and keep. We're playing the Sanji. We'll deploy here. We'll grab a 2k here. End turn. Alright, they played the 2-cost Sanji out. We're gonna be a 5 next turn. But honestly, we don't have too much to play with it. I think it's okay to go ahead and search. We'll grab a 2k. Actually, we need something to play with. We'll grab this. We'll swing 7. We'll go ahead and end turn. See what they play for 4. Okay. Gives him the rush. They get the 5. We can give this. And then they'll swing here, D7. Resolve it. Use trigger. Nice. We got our Buggy. And then we gotta resolve that one. Okay. So we got 5. We're gonna have to trash 1. I don't think that this is gonna be super prevalent right now. Actually, let's cancel. Let's attack in here first. Alright, thank you. Trash 1. I think this is fine. We're not going to be using it right now, at least.
That's nasty.
And we will play out our croc. Choose 0 enemies. We'll enter in there. Let's see. Like if they play like the Pell variation, it might get a little shicey for us. But it looks like they're going with more of a straw hat package, which works out in our favor. Okay, they play the Luffy. We're gonna have to resolve that one. Use sugar. We'll grab another 2K. And the 6, we will toss out a 2K here. We're gonna want to get rid of this Luffy for sure, so. If they play like Dragon or something like that, also can be like a big problem for us. Sanji is a little bit scarier just because of the fact that he plays a little bit more top end cards. Same thing with the starter deck 21 Luffy. Okay. So we'll go ahead and attack 5. The counter, pretty good. We'll go ahead and deploy here. And then I really doubt that they'll save this. We'll enter in there. Alright, they're at 8 dawn. Scary time for us. Okay, they play out the war pool. So if they attack him with the Whirlpool, we can do a Marguerite block and then counter out of hand to save our croc. Did I forget? On a 5 at life, we'll give 1. Alright, we're at 9 this turn. Pretty good for us. So let's see. I think that we trash 1 card. Trash this. here. Can swing 6. Okay. We'll swing 7. Probably take this one. Let's see it, friend. Next turn, we'll probably swing in big on the Whirlpool. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, they are contemplating. All right, we'll end turn there. Let's see. I'm not sure if they play something like Shanks. That would be hella annoying. But if they were to do that, then we would be able to counter out of everything here. See ya, friend. Oh, they're really cooking. 6. Let's think. I think it's okay to 2K out here. Maybe they were trying to bait the blocker. So we know that they're not going to be playing Shanks. It might be another Whirlpool. We know last turn that they took and then they used 2 1K, so they probably didn't have any 2Ks in hand. They're really cooking though. Smaller bodies won't do them much good here though. Unless they are blockers, but I don't think that Sanji runs blockers here. Okay, they do run a blocker, unfortunately. Okay, but he can't attack. But he can't attack. No, friend. Yeah. It's looking like they don't have a good plan about how to play around this this Buggy. But I'm telling you, this card is nuts into these rush decks. They are still cooking up though. We'll give them their time. Yeah, the nice thing about this Buggy is that it returns it to the bottom of the deck so they don't get a +1 on hand. Something to kind of keep in mind. Make sure they're still there. Okay, so they end turn. Yep, they take it. And that is GG. They had 2k counter in hand. Honestly, they probably should have just set up another blocker instead. That would have made things a lot more difficult. But with that being said, we should have still had game. So kind of the game plan is this: attack 2, attack 2. We're gonna attack 7, 9, 9. Play out the Buggy, bounce back, and then everything else is just leader. But yeah, that was the general game plan. GG, my guy.